We now welcome on Kyle Bynes to the YouTube channel, a corner from Charlotte, recently committed to JMU football. Kyle, thanks so much for taking the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We're excited to talk to you about your commitment. I guess let's start with why'd you pick JMU? You had a bunch of FBS offers. I know you're a North Carolina guy. App State was among those that certainly JMU fans noticed. So what was it about JMU that ultimately landed your commitment?
JMU really felt like home to me, felt like family. The coaches from the beginning, Coach Whitley, then the defensive coordinator, all the coaches basically, they made me feel welcome. From the beginning, Coach Whitley has been showing me all the love I could ask for in coaches automatically, and then showing me around the school, showing me around JMU. I love the campus, I love the people. It just felt like home.
Awesome. Did you know a lot about or anything about JMU before committing, or was it sort of during
Yeah.
the process? Yeah.
See, JMU has a lot of players coming out of North Carolina and Charlotte because Coach Whitley is from Charlotte, and I already knew some players up there. KJ Flo, my host Phil. God, when I was already up there, I already knew some people. So
Yeah.
when I was up there, it kind of felt like those were my friends, basically, which they are.
Oh, that
Yes, sir.
makes a ton of sense. I know that the coaches have sort of that infectious energy. What was the
Right.
visit like? I know they prepare a lot for those and are excited to have those. What was that experience like for you?
It was real good. Me and my family went down there. We had a good weekend. They treated us real well. The coaches. That's why I said they made me feel like a real priority. And the visit was great. Honestly, the visit was great. I love Virginia was pretty. The campus was pretty. I had nothing bad to say about
Awesome. Was the
it.
process going through it all, and you've got a bunch of offers, obviously, was it stressful, exciting? How do you manage that, knowing that you're still playing high school football? You're obviously taking classes and things like that. How did you sort of manage this recruiting process?
See, it kind of all hit at once during the
Yeah.
summertime. At first, I was coming into my junior year with only like a couple offers, but my coaches, my mom, they kept pushing me to get my grades right because I was coming from a private school also. So just me getting pushed to get my grades right, stay focused on football during spring ball, and I did what they told me to do, and it took off. Eventually, I picked up about 15 plus offers during the spring ball, and that's basically my family, my coaches. They really pushed me to be who I am.
Awesome. Yeah, what was it like to get all those? Obviously, you put in a ton of work to get to this point when you get offers and you make a commitment. I guess how rewarding is that? What's that feeling been like to get to this point?
It felt real rewarding. Like it felt like I like truly like the work that I put in, I'm getting what I'm getting out of it. So what I'm putting out, I feel like what I'm getting out, and I don't want to, what I'm saying, make my parents waste my parents' time, my parents' money. They put so much in for me, so I just want to give them to them back. Then it's what they give me.
Awesome. Well, I know you've got really good size for a corner. I guess how would you describe your game, sort of given that size and athleticism that you have?
I would say I play as a boundary corner. I try to be physical and technique based. I try to keep my eyes real disciplined. And I know that the coach is there, the coach from Alabama, he coached Sauce Gardner at Cincinnati. So I try to be somewhat like, cause like Sauce Gardner, that's who I really look up to in
Okay.
the NFL game. So that's what I try to really model my game after.
Awesome. Has that always been a guy you've looked at? I know he's also sort of that boundary guy,
Yeah.
right?
So,
Awesome. Yeah. When did you start liking him? Was it the end of the Cincinnati
yeah.
career? Was it when he turned pro?
Whenever he went pro, I didn't even know about him until he went pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at first it was really Jalen Ramsey, all like the big corners, not really like the lengthy guys, just the big stocky ones.
Yeah.
But Sauce, I love Sauce, the way he moves, all that.
They've also got a ton of confidence, Jalen Ramsey, Sauce Gardner. You can see it when they play. Would you
Exactly.
say you model yourself after that in terms of that
Yep.
DB confidence?
Yep. Got to as a cornerback, you're gonna have your times when like you go up and down.
Yeah,
It's like you could have a bad play. You just gotta still keep that dog mentality. That just next play up. You gotta be the dog every time.
that's a hard position. Yeah, I mean
Yep.
it's one that I did. You grow up playing receiver too, and then switch, I guess, full time to corner, or do you still play receiver at all in high school?
Yeah. Since middle school, I always play both ways. I always
Yeah,
play receiver. About it's not until I transferred from my from country day sophomore year to my junior year, that's when I really started focusing on cornerback, getting my technique down because I knew like my time was almost up. At my old school, I played wide receiver DB. I was putting up numbers. I was trying to, show out. But I knew I could honestly go farther as a defensive back or a cornerback, whichever one. I try to be versatile.
Awesome. Yeah, what's that like in terms of technique work? Because obviously you have to be so exact because as a receiver, you at least know what you're doing. You have like the advantage of knowing what the play is, where defensively, they could go any different way, I guess, as on
Yeah.
their route. So what does the technique work look like to make sure you're prepped for whatever a receiver might do or throw at you?
Any type of footwork, I try to stay focused on.
Yeah.
It's really just a mental game because you could be putting your all into it and still you could be out there in one on ones getting burned at all types of camps. So I just try. It's a mental game. You gotta honestly, you gotta see what works for you because there's a lot of different techniques that DBs could use. I honestly use I use T step. I can honestly do both T step and bite step because some DBs try to pick one. I can do both. I try to what I'm saying open my game up a little bit where I can be what I'm saying versatile, open to any type of coaching.
Awesome. Charlotte's got some pretty good high school football. Have you had any battles you've enjoyed with receivers or any that come to mind in that area that you kind of
Oh
like
my
going up
God.
against?
I grew up the way I grew up playing some of the top receivers. My freshman year, I was starting at Country Day. I guarded Jordan Shit my freshman year. Um, Gordon Sellers, I guarded the top receivers all throughout private school. Then I came play 7-on-7 for Carolina Stars. Carolina
Mhm.
Stars had a lot of Brody Keefe, all those big top names that like guys that really have some stars. Like I have experience guarding them type of guys. So
Yeah, what's that like when you're in 7-on-7 or you're in a game? And I guess you know going into it some of the guys who are going to be there. You sort of picking and waiting for those
yeah,
matchups where it's like, oh man,
yeah,
I can't wait to go up against that guy.
yeah. That's exactly how I'm like. I'm making sure I like that. That's because I know that guy is gonna get all the attention. So like
Mhm.
I put myself around. Now they're gonna start being like, oh, who's that right there? That's what I was doing all camp season during spring ball. That's why I feel like that's what got me all the good looks like JMU, App State, Southern Miss, all of that.
Yeah, what's the feeling like or the excitement level when you're at these camps, you're playing these guys, you're having good reps, and then you see so quickly the offers come
Yeah,
and it's sort of like, hey, this is working
yeah,
out I expected it to.
yeah. Kind of. I mean, I don't want to say it's surprising to me, but I like the feeling of getting what I'm putting into it,
Mhm.
honestly. And after the rep, when the coaches are like talking to me, and I feel like they're about to get ready to offer me, I kind of I say I get excited. I start I'm saying feeling myself a little bit, but I try to keep myself composed. Like
Yeah.
I've been here before. Like we're playing. Like my dream is to go bigger than this.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. So this is what's supposed to happen. Like I need this. Like it's just a trip on the journey that God has me on.
That's awesome. That's
It's,
awesome. You mentioned those great matchups going up against those really good players. Are you a guy who likes to talk trash? Or are you more of the what's
it's,
that like for you?
it's sir. I'm gonna talk trash, especially if I'm winning. I'm gonna talk trash,
Yeah.
but I try to keep myself composed because I know. But when I'm with my teammates, like during the season, anybody come to the game, I'm gonna be turned. I'm gonna be on a
Yeah.
hundred. Like I sometimes I don't even know what I be saying myself when it's game time. It just clicks like that to me.
That's awesome. Is there anything coverage wise that you really like to do? Do you like it when it's sort of like you and a top receiver one on one? Do you like playing zone? What's the kind of stuff that you have run and then like to run?
I like to say I'm a man corner, a
Yeah.
press corner. I love man. I love press. I love what I'm saying. Giving
Yeah.
it's that so top receivers. I like guarding tall. I mean, I can guard any receiver, but what's easier for me to guard some tall receivers that's like big like me. I can just
Yeah.
the fade is always easy to take off with a tall corner like me. I don't even have to worry about the fade. So everything else comes natural, just reading the hips and the feet. So yes, sir.
I know you mentioned putting up numbers in your last school and things like that, and then obviously thriving during camp season. Do you have any specific moments or memories so far in your high school career that really stand out when you're like, oh man, that play was awesome, or that moment was pretty impressive?
Oh, my freshman. Oh no, sophomore year. I picked off Jaden Davis from Providence Day, the Michigan
Okay.
quarterback right now. I picked him off, and the whole week I was telling everybody I was going to do something. I was going to pick him off. Then after the game, I was so excited, like I couldn't tell you because he was the number one quarterback.
Yeah.
My mom, all the coaches. When I got that, I couldn't control myself. Like we already knew we weren't, what I'm saying, going to win the game.
Right. Right.
We were already getting blown out, but just to be able to say that I picked off a number one quarterback, kind of, what I'm saying,
Yeah, that's
ego a lot.
I can imagine. Yeah. Are you
Yeah,
looking then? I know you've talked about or you had mentioned when you see a receiver coming up and you know some of those guys. You know sort of the quarterbacks in the region too, where it's like, oh, I want to
yeah,
get a chance on that guy.
yeah, all of them. That's how it was 7-on-7. Same with them
Yeah.
too. Like Charlie. We played last year Catholic second round in the playoffs. That was my dog. I picked him off my freshman year, I think. I picked him off my freshman year while he was in sophomore. He's currently going to Harvard, I think.
Okay.
He's going to Harvard to play quarterback. He went to Catholic. And then so when I was playing him second round in the playoffs, we were kind of like talking jump so that was kind of fun. Cause he's like trying to get me back because he knew I picked him up.
Right.
He was trying to get me back. And then um yeah, all the quarterbacks and the DBs that I know, they kind of like either from 7-on-7 or from my old high school games or days. So I keep up with all of them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess you develop a bit of a history right over the years growing up in the same area. That's interesting. Awesome. Well, I think that's all I've got. I know fans are excited to see you in Harrisonburg. So then you've still got your senior year. Are you planning to be like an early enrollee, or is that kind of TBD at this?
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, me and JMU, I mean, not JMU specific, but Coach Whitley specific, we've been talking
Yeah.
about the mid-year graduation thing, and they like the idea of it. I like the idea of it because it gives a chance for the player just to get there early, get lifting done, get bigger, get learn the playbook earlier. I just like it because it gives me a head start. So I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, just hurry up and get into college. I like that idea.
Awesome. Yeah, no. Good luck with senior year. How's your team looking, I guess, going into this year?
Oh yes, sir. We're looking pretty good. I like how we're looking. It
Nice.
just we're just what I'm saying, we getting transfers left and right.
Yeah.
So we're just, what I'm saying, fitting the puzzle pieces in. But I think by the time the season starts, we're gonna be on to something special.
Awesome. Well, good luck with it. I know fans are excited for you to get to Harrisonburg here in the next year or so.
Me too, me too.